Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, good. I'm good as well. Thank you. Uh, I'm gonna start screen share.
Alright.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. I will record the coaching for you so that you have a video of it, okay?
Awesome.
You're not colorblind, right?
Nope.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Which one?
Light blue.
Alright, nice. Same.
Nice.
Same as me. Okay.
Good taste.
So I spoke a bit to your coach, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
and yeah, like have you watched yourself play before or?
Yeah. I recently tried to stream all my games on this account and
Mm-hmm.
then watched through the one or most of them.
Yeah. And is there something that you've like noticed that you think that you particularly struggle at and you would like to focus on, or?
I'm not super sure. I think mainly it comes down to consistency. I think like when I'm playing well and I'm using my F keys a lot and reading the map, I generally can get wins. But I don't know, sometimes I'm not really sure exactly what to do in the game, which comes from like being a jungle support player, I think. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I've been ranking up a mid lane account, but it's only high platinum for now.
What are you
But
playing in mid lane?
mainly Orianna Syndra. I kind of cheated for a little bit and played some set mid, but
What
that got
about
nerfed now. So
what about Twisted Fate?
I put a few games,
Because
but
what you are, the thing is that when um 1 second, do something. The thing is that as a jungler, right? You said that you want to learn mid lane because sometimes you feel like you lose games because you don't know what to do, and that's really good. It is super valuable for a jungler and a support to learn lanes and figure out how lanes interact with each other and what's important, you know?
for sure.
And certain champions, when you're playing mid lane, will teach you this more than others. And I think that Twisted Fate is really, really good example of this. Like TF will teach you a lot about how to use mid lane prio, teach you a lot about wave management, teach you a lot about even just how to gank, and like what's an effective gank, you know?
Yeah.
Like the way he ults and stuff and side laning and stuff like this. Champions like Orianna and Syndra, they will teach you like the laning, but they won't teach you as much with the map, you know?
Makes sense.
And TF is very, very vulnerable if you have poor wave management on him. Like, for example, playing TF versus Fizz and stuff like this, if you have no clue about how to manage your waves and stuff, you'll get fucked really hard. So,
Yeah.
if you're looking to like play mid lane to learn the role and what your job as a mid laner is, TF is really good for that.
Alright, I'll definitely put some more games in on him.
But yeah, like you said, you kind of cheated a bit with set mid, and yeah, like that's not gonna teach you that much. So it's good that you stopped that. But yeah, I would say for learning mid lane, TF is good.
Awesome. I'll do that.
You play for
Any
a team,
others?
right? Or
Or
any
yeah, we have
others? Um, Nocturne is okay, but I mean it's mainly TF. I need to see champs. You can talk me more. Like, what were you saying?
I was just gonna talk about my team. We're
Yeah,
like
sure.
just an amateur team. We're not in the scouting ground tier. We're like one below that. So around master average. And I've been playing in amateur and NA for like a few years now, but mainly just for fun because team play is better than grinding solo queue all day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it depends what you want. Like, I'm not sure how. Like, what level is your team at?
Are you familiar with how scouting grounds works in NA right now?
Yeah, and the collegiate scene and everything. I'm just talking like level as in like elo.
Yeah, master average basically. I'm the highest elo on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we have like D2 GM bot lane, GM top, and like D1 mid.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, what I always tell people is that you can either have fun with the game, or you can have fun and like try to get good, or you can just try to get good. And the thing is that I don't think that, like, what do you want to do with League?
I mean, right now it's mainly hobby. I'm going to college and I'm about to graduate next semester, but I've been thinking a lot about like what I wanted to do in my life, and League is definitely what I'm most passionate about. So I would jump at the opportunity to go pro or be a content creator or whatever, but I don't know if I have the fingers to go pro, so I never really put all my cards in, or all my eggs in the basket, as they say.
Yeah, you don't have to have the fingers to be a professional jungler, especially not in NA.
True.
Like the best mechanical junglers in NA are not even American, for the most part. Like Closer, for example, you have Blabber, really good, Spica, and that's like it. Santorin isn't American, so yeah, like you don't really need the fingers. Anyways, like if you want to pursue League, then the best thing you can do is focus on yourself. And I'm not sure how much you will improve being on like mediocre level team compared to just focusing on yourself, because like I assume that you guys spend a lot of time screaming and stuff, no?
Like 1 or 2 scrims a week, and then
And how many games is that? 3 or 5?
three game blocks.
Okay, it's not that bad.
And then maybe like if we're in a league, then it's either like a best of 3 or best of 2 every week until playoffs. So it's not a huge time commitment. I also played a bit on my collegiate team, but that was even less scrims. So
yeah,
it was
I mean,
mainly for just
as long as you have time to develop yourself, it's not bad to be on a team. It's just that I've worked with like a lot of people that want to like go pro, and they're like kind of same situation as you, but instead of screaming only 1 or 2 days a week, they scream like 4 or 5, and we're starting to talk about like a lot of hours where it doesn't really help you that much. You know?
Gotcha.
Because I think that what's really important if you want to go big in League, you have to first prove that you are really good. So at some point you have to join a team, but right now you're not at the best that you can be, right? You can get better.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is just make sure that you're so fucking good that you'll get picked up on some team, and then you smurf on that team, and then people will pick you up. And if you are using a lot of time doing something that is not benefiting you, then you shouldn't do it. But 1 or 2 days a week isn't bad. Now for other mid lane champions that would teach you a little bit about the map, you have things like Nocturne, Quinn, Pantheon, for example. It just depends how you play them, you know? Like you can cheat elo playing Pantheon and just go Mobius and roam, but you're not gonna learn them. But you can still use Pantheon to learn by like actually managing waves and doing like efficient roams and stuff. Just learning the map. But TF is the best mid laner for this.
Okay.
You should pick him whenever it's up. What's your champ pool for jungle right now?
Set, Graves, Kindred, Karthus. I've been dropping Trundle, picking up Gragas, Ivern if it's good. Pantheon sometimes, not really that much anymore though. I think that's mainly it. I played Volibear a lot, also like last patch, but doesn't feel that good anymore. I've been trying to play Nidalee to mediocre results. But I think that's mainly it.
Yeah. Is there any junglers you would like to learn?
It would be nice if I could have a consistent Nidalee. Seems to be decent into a lot of the jungle matchups right now and can take over the game.
Yep.
But I think for like all the tank junglers, I'm pretty proficient. Thinking of Skarner if Riot keeps really wanting to make him C play for some reason. I guess sometimes I think about it if I should play more center jungles, like Lee Sin Rek'Sai. I usually just shy away from them because I like to play more of the scaling style and less spam gank. But if it's like, Olaf is one actually that I want to learn. I've been playing some games on my Diamond Smurf, but
What about Nocturne?
I have been considering Nocturne as well. I've played him in past seasons, and his new clear isn't like insane, but it's definitely solid.
What about Kha'Zix?
I have been playing some Kha'Zix, but he's not my favorite champ. But he is pretty strong right now. I like the RW evolve playstyle, and feels pretty good with the isolation buff.
Yeah.
Especially on objective control.
I think that Nocturne and Fiddle are like really easy champions to pick up. And I think that they are really, really strong. And they can work in a lot of drafts. And you will have good value of learning them.
Okay.
Olaf will teach you a lot about like jungle pathing and how to punish enemy jungler. And you need to be proficient on him, because if you do not do anything, then you're just gonna be useless later on.
Yeah.
Nidalee is gonna really test like your mechanical skill and push you to the limits. And Kha'Zix is just Kha'Zix. So.
Yeah. I noticed that when I play Nidalee, just because her APM for clearing is like so much higher, that it makes me use my F keys a lot less.
Yep.
While I'm clearing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spam F keys. It's just important to understand what information are you trying to gather by doing it. Because you have like some players that like spam it very unnecessarily. And of course that's going to be hard to do if you're playing Nida. But yeah, except for these champs, I think you're playing what's good. You of course have some other like niche picks like Evelynn and stuff, and you mentioned Rek'Sai, but you don't like Rek'Sai is like Band-Aid champion. What I mean by that is like if you have to play Rek'Sai, there's other issues in the team, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you have
for early laning.
Yeah, like if you have to default into playing a champion that doesn't do much later on, then there are some issues. So
I was mainly thinking that for solo queue, but
yeah, but for solo queue, like you can just win as a jungler by pathing better than the enemy, punishing him, and then getting ahead yourself and carrying.
True.
Nidalee and Graves are much better solo queue junglers than what Rek'Sai is. Like if anything, Rek'Sai relies more on team, because Rek'Sai you can spam gank, sure, and then you need your teammates to actually use the lead. Like, and how the fuck did you lose this game? Enemy has a Yuumi top and a Zyra mid. No, it's Zoe. Wait, what? What the fuck is this icons? It's a Zyra. Whatever.
Weird.
Alright, never mind. I think we're ready to go into the game now, unless you have any questions about champions and stuff.
I guess I was also thinking about Hecarim. Has been kind of getting better these days, but especially with the Sonalux bullshit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say that he's much better in team play than solo queue. Because if he has a comp around him, he's really good. Like with Sonalux, he's really good. He's good with Yuumi. The issue about Hecarim is that he's a Triforce jungler, which is really, really expensive for jungle.
Yeah.
And he doesn't actually do that much, except for running at people. You know, like some junglers will have certain things, like shields or, you know, something. Hecarim doesn't do that much, but the fair buff that he got before is really big, and the buff to his E is quite nice. So for sure he works, and he's very easy to pick up, so.
Yeah.
Some things I want to talk about like runes and stuff is like your Ivern. It's really useless, so like this used to be good. Then it got like turbo nerfed like 100 times. So now that it no longer gives movement speed on Ivern, for example, it's quite shit. And the thing is that the sorcery tree was quite nice on Ivern with Transcendence. But like this here, when it no longer gives move speed, is quite bad. And when you get to this point of the game, at this point, like when you're like level 10 and stuff, you should just sell this one and buy Spell Thieves. So let's say you have a base, right? Let's say you have a base and you finish Redemption. Okay, you finish Redemption. And you're like level 10, 9, something like this. And then you finish your Redemption. Let's say you have like 200, 250 gold, 300 gold. I'm not sure how much gold you get from selling Hunter's Machete. So you have like this gold. You sell Hunters, and then you have enough gold for Spell Thieves. That's a really good base. Because from Spell Thieves, you're going to start to get more gold. You're going to get Mana Regen, which gives you AP on your Fiends later on, if you choose to ever get that. I see that you are not buying it, but...
I think most games I go Athenians, but this game, their Kiana was super fed, and I was like, I need some kind of armor. So, and also Locket seemed decent, but...
Okay. Yeah.
So you think Aerie is the move? I will try the Spell Thieves, that sounds interesting. You think at that point in the game I should be giving most of my jungle camps anyways?
Yes, I mean, like Ivern, in early game, very easy to get your jungle camps. Later on, you're going to be running around a lot. You're going to be running around and covering. You're not going to be farming a lot. And the EXP gain that this gives, as you can see, is very little at that point of the game. This does not do much for you. You are not gonna, like, you're not gonna go and be like, fuck, I'm so underleveled because I don't have jungle item. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So much more value Spell Thieves. And yeah, like the Guardian is really shit. The Resolve tree is still fine. The issue is that now with Nimbus Cloak being in the game, these are quite good. This is nice, you know? It's not like if you go this, you're like, fuck, this is so shit. No, it's pretty good. And then you can also, you can go things like this. Make sense?
What are your thoughts on Relentless?
It's good with Guardian. The issue is that if you go like this now, I don't think that this is very good. I think you'll be surprised of how good Inspiration is on Ivern. You pretty much guarantee that you get your boots, you guarantee that you get whatever item you want, because Ivern is like really nice champion with his power spikes. Like, if you run around the rift with a Forbidden Idol and like the health with health regen thing, you feel like shit compared to having Redemption. No?
For sure.
And same thing with Ardent and everything. Meanwhile, if you're like Graves, you know, if you have a fucking serrated Dirk, that is still fine. So...
yeah. I think recently I've seen a lot of Ivern players going Relentless so that you can go Ionian boots instead of Mobius. But I guess if you're going Inspiration, you can get the 5% summoner cooldown anyways, so it's negligible.
Yeah, I think you can go Mobius with this. And you have CDR here as well, like...
Yeah.
Need to see something as well. And this on Ivern is not very good.
So, just adaptive?
No, cooldown.
Or CDR?
Yeah.
And then you only need to go to...
I mean, you're gonna stack CDR still.
Yeah.
It's just you have it way earlier. You have it way earlier with this, and if you do overcap, well, then you're gonna have free AP.
True, Transcendence.
So with this, you can still go Mobies. The only argument that you can make is like you don't have this, which kind of blows that you don't have. Because this one is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But everything else in, like this one for example, is like whatever.
Pretty meh.
So, yeah. I suggest you try this. Like I love Guardian tree on Ivern, but that was way back. It keeps on getting nerfed. It is way more of a laning rune now than a actual jungler rune. So, it just feels like shit. And, yeah, having these is not needed if you do the rune page, I said. And then you get to have Mobies and run around. Or even in certain games you get to go like Swiftness or something. You know?
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, for Karthus I see here you go Inspiration, here you go Precision. How do you feel
Yeah,
about those two?
I was trying. Well, usually I go Presence of Mind, Last Stand. I tried CDR and the CDR an inspiration
Mm-hmm.
for that one Karthus game just to see how it felt, and it was decent. I think it's your first clear is like pretty much the same speed without the adaptive force, but then you don't build any CDR usually, so it's nice to have, but you kind of need to get every blue. And I think I decided after that just having presence of mind is nicer in most situations.
Okay. So I play Karthus a lot. It's my second most played champ. Probably have over 1,000 games on him. And I used to go precision, of course, back with the old presence of mind. I think it's completely useless now. It's just to help bad players, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think Last Stand is a fucking banger. Like Last Stand is so good, but that's the only thing in precision. Because presence of mind to me as Karthus is like, first of all, a lot of the times when people are playing Karthus, they waste a lot of mana. They don't toggle their E properly, and later on they're like overkilling camps and stuff, and they just end up running around with like 300 less mana. So I think like I'm pretty sure that Malice also goes inspiration. Like this is what I go. I'm not sure what he goes. Do you know Malice?
Yeah, I think when I last checked him, he was going precision, but I'm not 100%.
1 sec. Let's see, I think this is his account.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes inspiration.
Oh, okay. Can you see if he goes adaptive, double adaptive?
Yeah, I go adaptive too. Yeah, this is exactly what I go. Yeah, like I don't like this CDR on Karthus is not valuable except for his ulti.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pretty much it. Nothing else is good with CDR. That's so yeah. I just think that you should challenge yourself to play this rune page and just try to think more about how you use your mana. Because, like, what is actually presence of mind gonna do to you if you're not going Nothing,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's just Last Stand.
It's just don't be an idiot and leave your Eon. And
yeah.
You can definitely clear. I mean, the jungle item itself gives a
mana,
ridiculous
exactly.
amount of mana.
Yes. So it's legit. You're just playing worse and using a worse rune page because you refuse to get better. So much better to go this. Some more ultis with this, more flash, you get 300 gold for free and more movement speed, which is one of the weaknesses to Karthus, right? You're very slow on the map.
Yeah, I think I was running that a lot once they did the move speed nerfs, and then once they reverted it, I kind of went back to precision. But I'll keep trying the inspiration. I could also maybe find a Karthus game, but I want to look at the one game I sent you because I had Sven Vulcan bottom and we lost. So I was thinking like...
It's jungle diff. What game is it? This one?
It's from a while ago, but it should be there if you scroll down. It's Panzer Dragon Nunu. Phase Rush is actually so annoying on Nunu. I didn't play particularly well this game, but I also think I could have made a lot of better decisions, so interested for your insight.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Seth is, like, Karthus is very much about puffing and how you aggressively punish the enemy jungler, because it's kind of like Nidalee, where the skill difference matters a lot, because if you're mechanically good on Karthus with hitting Qs and stuff, you're so insane in early game. But Karthus gets ahead by punishing bad junglers and being smart about getting yourself ahead. And for the most part here, your CS numbers are quite good, so don't think you struggle too hard on it.
Yeah, I think pathing is generally one of my stronger points, at least efficiency-wise. It's more when it comes to balancing what my laners want that gets harder.
Yeah.
I think you passed by the game we're about to look at.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Why is every champion icon fucking... Why is Zoe Syra on NA server? What the fuck?
I think it's fucked up because the new champs come out and then it changes the number or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, everything here looks fine. Slayer to Water Walking. This is really underrated, so that's nice to see.
Love it with Blue Smite.
Yep, everything here is fine. Alright. So yeah, it's good that you mentioned that you have Sven and Vulcan. I agree, like if you have a duo pro player bot lane and you lose, then maybe there's something wrong, you know? So, as long as you're tryharding, of course. Now, when you see this, it's good that you posted on the tab. So, when you see everything here, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Jax scales pretty well into Wukong, and I can hopefully leave him on his own in the early game, and he can play defensively while I protect the Ezreal Karma, so they can just build a big CS lead versus Aphelios Lulu. And Zoe Syndra is like a little volatile, and that probably both junglers have kill pressure, so I want to path bot side and then protect mid bot and hopefully convert to dragons and snowball the game like that.
Yeah. So what I see here, if I'm you, is my bot lane is very independent. So what I mean by this is like they don't need much. Now their champions are naturally going to be pushing. What kind of jungler would you say that Nunu is? Like is he farming or ganking or?
Like get level 3 and then just snowball around the map.
Yeah. So if you have to try to understand like how lanes will interact and push and stuff, we kind of need to like think like how is the lane gonna go? Like what kind of spells are being used, right? If Wukong is trading versus Jax, Wukong will be using his E and stuff, which will be damaging the wave and naturally push. If Karma is trading, right, she's gonna use Q, probably hit some creeps. Right? They're naturally gonna push. These guys are a poke lane, they have more range as well. So they're naturally gonna be pushing. For mid lane, it is quite even. It is slightly on Syndra's side, but it just depends on like skill, like who wants to do what and how good they are. So here, this is gonna push into you. It's gonna push into enemy. Now the best lane for Nunu to gank in the game is mid lane. It's very easy for him to gank mid. He can come from both angles very easily, and he can just snowball behind. Now, since your bot lane is probably going to be playing inside of here, it is safe to assume that he's going to gank that. But yeah, I agree you should play from mid and bot, but you could make an argument to play for top as well because of how safe your bot lane should be. So there will be a game here where if this guy is a farming jungler, I would actually play for top side. Reason being is these guys should not need help if they are not getting ganked.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
It's kind of hard to punish them.
Yes. So I just want to explain this because I don't want you to always think here I should play for bot. Because it is important that this guy wins. Because Jax, if he's behind, does nothing.
Yeah.
He shouldn't get behind, but there is a world where enemy jungler will perma-gank for top lane and then Jax does fall behind and then he does nothing. Make sense?
You
also, need to...
Real quick, I don't actually have the full VOD of this game. It's just the first like 20 minutes.
I mean, it's fine.
But
it's
yeah,
most
I figured that's what matters for jungle. So
yeah, it's the most important part. You should play without name tags too, because like
I think I recently turned them off. Yeah, it just adds pressure for no reason.
Yeah, I mean it adds pressure. One thing, right, from being high elo, it adds pressure, but it also just clutters your screen. And your eyes catches text automatically, like without you thinking about it.
Interesting, yeah.
So you should be prepared to dive bot lane because they're gonna poke a lot and push. So.
Yeah, I never get a dive off, so I'm interested in what timings I missed.
Your jungle kiting is really good. What is your idea behind doing raptors?
I think Nunu does them pretty fast, and I want to deny it. Also, one of my favorite clears is red raptors Gromp for level 3. And then I can be on the map, and I don't need blue.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Set does them pretty well with his W,
Yeah,
even without
W is really
teleport.
good.
So,
Yeah, I just want to hear your thought process. Because I like the answer that Nunu can take them fast, but I want to just say that this game, he starts bot side, so he's gonna puff up, and if he sees you already there, he's gonna take this and this. So it's very good. But the thing is, there will be a game now where he starts this, and you still do this puff. And then I don't agree.
if he starts topside, do you think I just go do my full bot?
Yeah, like you just do blue grump. Because the
I
thing,
would probably
Hmm?
do Wolves Grump, but I guess it's
Yeah, what do you-
negligible difference.
what do you do if he does this, 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 and just gank spots? If you do that, because that's the issue. You need to snowball.
I mean, Wolves Grump, you can still respond.
Not in time
Or-
if he does this, this, and this, and ganks.
You think it's that much faster?
Yeah. The nuclear is
Like,
fucking quick.
I mean doing blue instead of Wolves.
Yeah, should be.
Okay.
Like looking at this, like all these auto attacks that you have to finish with, if they're used on a single target, you take it faster.
Yeah, especially with percent HP from set passive.
Like I completely agree that buffs are overrated, and you don't always need them. I agree with that completely. You only need this red buff to gank. You do not need blue at all. You look at bot lane, this is good. It's good that you're not paying too much attention to top, because your plan is just to go bot anyways. So it seems to...
I basically saw that it's pushing in, and that's all I need to know.
Yep. Before you decide to do blue here, for example, it can be good to like update the situation, you know? Like now. It can be good to like update it and see. Like what I mean by that is to like quickly now see like their HP and stuff. Like see if anything changed. And another thing that I've noticed that you are not paying attention to is like pinging where Nunu is. You know?
Yeah.
So like in solo queue, people aren't always gonna listen to this, of course. But it's not just about reminding your teammates, it's the fact that when you decide to ping it, you're telling yourself, you know, you're thinking in your brain, where is Nunu? And that's important. Right now, you can tell me if you are doing it or not. I can't know, because I see that you're not pinging. But if you're pinging, you're for sure doing it.
I think actually in this moment, I wasn't sure where Nunu was.
Yeah.
I know because I already watched the VOD that...
I mean, he should have done this, 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 and then go top.
That's exactly what he did. He is about to show up in mid lane in like 15 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Nunus usually do. They just do this, this, and then they like snowball into this, and then they either go like this or up to top side. So, but you should be pinging this, you know?
Yeah, so I could just like ping Mia on the Raptors and then into top side probably.
Yep. Like remind Jax right now, he's being puffed into. There you go. It's not that difficult. Now Nunu got ganked off, and yeah, your mid laner lost flash. Fighting him here is really good. You're not letting him enter bot side. You're avoiding his sweeper a bit. That's good. This is really well played by you. But this was really bad.
I should have waited longer.
Yep. Remember, the guy is probably checking fucking Twitch chat right now.
True.
He's probably like hard lagging, uploading new YouTube video, you know, Nunu 1000 AP one shot. So like, you should just stand here, because it was super, super good that you avoided sweeper. A lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people would just fight him there. But you see that your bot lane can move, and you can collapse him. The thing is that you don't get to corner him now. As soon as you show yourself here, he gets to close the gap between Karma comes. If he gets to here, he's crunched. You fucking sandwich him. He's the fucking cheese, you're the bread, and so is Karma. And he's just fucking dead.
I think I was kind of scared he would get to start Snowball, and then I would be...
Yeah, but if your Karma dies to him, it's not your problem.
Yeah, I agree, I should have waited, so
yeah, like you see him here, you understand that if you take wolves now, they get ganked and it's fucked. So this is super good by you. Then you avoid, very, very good. Now, keep pinging, help, and look at bot lane. See how they react. I think you should flash on him. Because you losing flash don't matter. Him losing flash matters more.
I think I was scared of Syndra.
Yeah, and? What is she gonna do?
Sure. I mean, I guess I still have W, so it's
Like,
pretty
look
hard
at
to
her.
kill me.
What do you mean? Because see, like, again, always update the situation. Here, you look at mid lane. Look, Syndra is really low mana. Look, Syndra low mana. Tell yourself this, okay, I'm doing this, I'm fighting Nunu. Syndra is low mana. Syndra is low mana in mid right now. She cannot kill you. Because there now, if you fucking fight him, you might even kill him.
Yeah.
Because if you flash now to auto him, and you W, like, you might die here.
I can definitely kill with Q coming back up.
Yep. You just flash on him now, and then he has to flash, and you Nimbus Cloak, you can smite here again.
And I get Q move speed.
Yep, and you look like Faker. Another thing, if you want a career in League, you should probably rename to whatever name you use, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Rourke or whatever.
I had this account originally as anonymous, like, I don't know. I guess I should just play on my other account that's named Rourke.
I mean, or you can just rename this to Rourke 2, or I don't know, you know? It's just good to have people know you, because when people are scouting and stuff, yeah, you get the brand, and when people are scouting you, you know, it's fucking annoying for managers and stuff to, like, see 6 or 7, okay, who's this guy? Then they have to, like, ask people, like, do you know this guy? Who's this guy? And then they don't even bother, you know? They just take the other guy. Now, Nunu hasn't cleared his top side. So, he only has red. So, his raptors are gone. What's important to notice is that Krugs was his second taken thing. So, it's gonna be up at like 402 or something like this. So, if you look at the timer now, right? It's 3:16, I believe.
Yeah.
Once you're done now doing your next things, you can make a play bot side and instantly take his bot camps before you can get there. Like, what is on your work list now? What do you have to do here?
Scuttles are coming up. Can't really contest top side because he has prio. I want to make sure mid gets a good reset timing. And I should have been thinking about his Krugs. I mean, I knew that he took them, but I think I end up just going and taking my wolves, which is kind of
that's useless because his Krugs are level 2, and then you're denying him. It is much higher value to take his Krugs than to take your own wolves. Now, why I mentioned work list is because if we make a work list for this guy, right? He has so much to do. He has his Grump, he has his wolves, he has his blue, he has top grab, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you just have fucking Grump, right? You only have Grump.
Or wolves, but
yeah. So like, meanwhile, while we're doing Grump, then we can, I mean, not Grump, but Crab. While we're doing Crab, during this time, until his Krugs are up, we can do a flash gank on mid or something. Then we need to know what to do after. And we need to remind ourselves, he is still stuck doing this. That's why him ganking mid and then instead of going topside, going bot side and fighting you here was bad for him. Because when you gank, you lose time. Make sense?
Yeah.
And in an ideal world, Nunu gets back to his Krugs on respawn. Similar to Karthus.
Cycle them, yeah.
So you looked for mid, Cinder backed off, so that's good. Because now we see a bot lane is not gankable. So now you can do wolves into Krugs.
Do I need to help him here?
No, because if you were smart here, you would understand when Cinder recalled. So if you look at this, right? You look to gank mid, which is good. Then you see Cinder leaves. Cinder leaves now. Now Cinder's spacing.
Yeah.
Syndra is in base.
Had no mana, so that's why she recalled.
Syndra is in base now. See? So since Syndra is in base now, Zoe is able to push this out in time. You should help push now if Syndra is like here already. Make sense?
Yeah.
So always keep track of this. Remind yourself. When will the enemy laner be back on the map? Okay. Because look at the timer. 3:37. If you go wolves, you'll be on Krugs right on spawn. Nunu will be fucking here or here, you know? He will never be bot side.
And I basically have permabot brow, so...
Yep. And then if Nunu shows top then, doing whatever, right? Then you have his Raptors as well. And you're around superstar NA bot lane. Who is half American.
Quote unquote NA.
Yes, exactly.
I guess this is bad too, because I'm just taking XP for no
Yep.
reason.
Now you realize, shit. And now your bot lane is exposed and everybody knows where you are. And you're behind. Unclear. Another thing that would make it very nice with what I was saying is how you would sync your recall with your bot lane. So what I mean by this is, like you see, your bot lane still isn't in base. Right? Remember, this should be done now. Now you should be on this. Your bot lane is still in lane. Once you're done with this, your bot lane probably wants a recall. And then you guys are perfectly synced. Make sense?
Yeah.
It also leaves you bot side by the time Nunu should be there. Because if you take this now, I assume that you're going to recall after.
I think I go Raptors respawn.
Yeah, something like this. Now, where's Nunu going to be in like 30 seconds?
Heading towards cycling his bot side.
Okay, where are you going to be?
Top side.
Yeah, you're going to be top side / base. Right? Not good.
Yeah, I think I did an okay job of tracking Nunu in the later parts of the game, but instead of just like telling my bot lane when he was coming, I probably should have been there to counter him.
Yeah, the thing that we just need to understand with that is, of course we can be faker and counter gank everything, but we will have 0 farm. You know?
Yeah.
Like if we're sitting here chasing enemy jungle all game, then we'll be useless. The issue is, how do we counter gank while also having farm? And here you go, it's 4:17 and he is top randomly. Right? We could be done with his Krugs and moving to now his Raptors.
Yeah, that's a huge punish.
Yep. And then he's not allowed to go bot side as much. And you get to keep staying bot side. You're not bot lane now. Your bot lane is a poke duo. It takes them time to make enemy bot lane low. It's possible Aphelios is 50% right now. And that you can dive.
Should have looked bot here too. There we go.
So yeah, you should be pretty synced with Nunu now. Like, you guys should both be bot side. So that's pretty bug. You get a pink, that's good. You should ping that you're puffing to bot. I would ping Krugs, he should rather be on Krugs than Raptors, yep. Like now your bot lane has no vision in try. He should come any moment. You going bot now is really good. So right now this is bouncing into the enemy and it's very possible Nunu will gank. This is trolled by you. I think you should be in this bush here. Like Nunu's ganks are like very awkward for Nunu.
It's
so
pretty committal.
yes, yes, that's what I mean. Like, have you played Nunu?
Only little.
Like, he cannot go like this. You know? He has to fucking go like this. So it's not like he can just stop the snowball and just run away. Like, he kind of just has to go in and pray. So, here, with the wave slowly pushing into you, and no bot lanes resetting yet, and Nunu should be bot side, you should go into this bush. Your Zoe just finished warding for herself. Look. She has vision. She wards Raptors. You only have Gromp up. You're running around here. Another thing here that is really bad is I don't know why you're sweeping. So something that junglers needs to learn is when you're looking at the map, right? And you see Syndra going to fog here and come back. It's warded.
Mm-hmm.
Syndra has never been here. Neither has Nunu. Look, I can go back to here. Nunu was topside. Syndra there, she puffed like top. So Icon went this way. Topside.
Yeah, I think I missed that. But definitely a wasted sweeper. I think I have a tendency to sometimes prioritize camps too much. Like here, the reason I'm even here instead of counter ganking bot is for the Raptor punish. But protecting bot was probably way better.
If you take Raptors, that's better than this. But
nothing.
if your goal is Raptors, you should be looking mid lane. What is even happening in mid? I don't know. Maybe you do it next frame. So because now you're looking. But you've already made a decision. See? You're already clicking to Raptors. Look. Like, I would not be surprised if Nunu now just fucking runs it down bot.
You're correct.
Because that's what he should do here. And there's no ward in this bush, and you could sweep that, and you should. Because we should know that this is not warded.
Yeah.
Pinking this is good, because Nunu can sneak it, so that's good by you. But you should be sweeping this, and then covering them. Because this is what's important. Both bot lanes, none of them have recalled. None of them have recalled, so it's very important to start setting up a recall for bot lane. Nunu is coming to bot side. Krugs is what's up, and he would more likely want to go like this than like this. Because it's more efficient to clear upwards like this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And with how the lane is in bot lane, this looks more gankable to him than in mid lane. Especially when you're fucking able to cover like this. Like, Zoe should now just back off if you weren't here. Oh, there comes Nunu. Did he check the bush? Nope. No, he did not.
I kind of just desperation look mid, wasting more time.
Yep. I think that what is bad about this gank is that enemy bot lane still hasn't reset. You can still save this. It is so bad to have not recall at 6 minutes. Like, I'm gonna go as far as saying, like, this Ezreal dying here does not matter. It doesn't matter.
Can hold the wave with Karma.
Yeah, he can just TP back.
He does have TP, yeah.
So I would want you now to just go back to bot. And you can just piss them off, you know? Like, yeah. Ezreal will just TP back. They're trying to crash the wave, like, look. They gank, and then Ezreal pulls the wave all the way to Africa, and they don't get to crash it. You can just come, Ezreal TPs back, and you guys can actually just refight. Ezreal comes back with Sheen or Pickaxe or Tear. Like, look at this. Right, so, watch. Now they're like pushing Karma off and pushing the wave. Why can you not go there now? And just fucking flash on them? And then Ezreal comes.
Yeah.
If these guys get delayed base, your bot lane gets 1 or 2 plates. And there will be a world where they can't ever do a good recall. So you could still save it. There's no way you can do anything in mid. I get it, you're desperate here to do mid, because bot lane lost. But what you should think is, can I do something bot lane still?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the wave and the fact that Ezreal has TP, you can be like, look at this, look Lulu HP. Look, mana.
Aphelios mana, yeah.
So right now you should be like, okay, I do have an Ezreal. Does he have teleport? Okay, he does. Okay, he's up in 10. So in 14 seconds he'll be here. Right, 14 seconds he'll be there. So I can flash in, you know, like, right fucking now, you know, like, I'll just fight them for fun, and then I'll just keep them there. Ezreal TP is back, and then all of a sudden I feel it's now he can't fucking recall. Look at Felix, what does he do now? You're like fucking with him. They're all fucked.
Mm-hmm. Then they can just lane kingdom.
Yep, Felix is still not in base, by the way. He's still not in base. Now he's in base. So here in competitive, we have to talk about that they can go top lane. In solo queue, the Wukong is going to come back to top now in like 5 or 10 seconds. Look, he's still not base, by the way. The Aphelios. But you see, you didn't think about this. But he would be fucked so hard. And I bet if we can hear Sven and Vulcan's voice comes right now, they're saying, wait, this guy still hasn't base. We need to keep fucking him. And then Nunu will probably just regank them.
Yeah.
Especially Nunu should... Yeah, see? There he is. Nunu is the bot again. And Nunu should especially do this because he knows that you're topside, so he should assume his topside is gone. There you go, he's there again. So yeah.
I mean, I also knew he was gonna go back.
Yep, you just have to realize there how important it was to stop them from getting base off. Because if they're forced to stay and you keep staying there, they're fucked as fuck, man. Nunu can't even help them. Like, now, okay, so he had TP, so he got back with TP. But you could have prevented that still as well. He would have had to TP in a shit position. But yeah, you'd never pay attention to this factor, if they have TP or not. So right now the game is still winnable. Like, your Jax is doing fine, I believe. Right?
He died first blood, but I think that kill got him a good amount.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure good. The wave is bouncing into him as well. If only you had Syndra this game instead of Zoe. Bummer. Shit champ. What's your ping, by the way?
Like 35-ish, or 32.
So low, what the fuck?
I'm East Coast.
Smurfing.
Old server was like over 100, so God bless.
Again, you're like never pressing tab. Like, I have no clue like how strong Ezreal even is, you know? Like, Ezreal is like completely different champ when he has Sheen compared to Tear. Like, you can't even know what to expect from your bot lane. Because you're never like pressing tab to look at items. And when you are pressing tab, it doesn't seem like you're paying attention to that, you know? Mm-hmm. And it matters a lot. Like, if your Ezreal has Tear right now and the enemy AD has fucking BF sword, you are not gonna win this 2v2. I mean, this 3v3, you know? It's not gonna be good at all. Disaster. There went your chances to join C9. But yeah, so we see Nunu now. Nunu then goes to top side of bot side of mid lane, and you are thinking about covering. If I was you here, right, since you are covering, we should cover like this if it's very obvious that they're gonna gank. When we're gonna covering to the fact of cover, it is much better to try to set up vision for your bot lane. So the scary thing about going here now is you could face check Nunu. Okay, yeah. We gotta ask her first of all, do we give a fuck? No, we don't.
Not really. Playing set.
Yeah. We care if Lulu is also here. In which case, tell your karma to come. Right now, are these guys gankable if they stay inside of here?
Not really.
Exactly. If you have flash, yes, but you don't. So why are we trying to gank? We're trying to gank because Nunu could come. But if you just go and remove their pink here and you pink for them, you can just fuck off again. And that is what you should be doing now. Because that will 100% of the time help your bot lane. This now only helps bot lane if Nunu randomly comes. If you had intel now that Nunu is snowballing into bot now, of course, this is good. If we see the wave is slow pushing into the enemy, into you, then yes, this is good. Right, but looking at it, the wave is nothing crazy. This cannon will die, and then this is going to slightly push, but they're only going to have to stand here. And you have no setup in your bot lane.
Yeah, I'm kind of just hoping they inted, which is
Yes,
not a good way
but
to play.
even if that happens, how do they int? Karma would have to walk into melee and W. Right? If this is a Fresh or Blitzcrank, it can make sense what you're doing. Because Fresh can walk off Flay, Lantern you here, and it's a good gank. You don't have setup. So it's much better to just understand we want to cover them, I can walk here. And give them mission. Make sense?
Yep.
Your Zoe is out of mana. That has to be fixed. Now she has mana again. She got blue buff or what?
Blue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then it's not a problem. Okay. But now this is an issue. Because now you haven't solved anything. If you now go to Gromp, your bot lane is still playing blind. See?
I definitely felt very scared for my bot lane, which is why I was there. But denying vision makes
Yes. You can
more sense. I
place
also didn't place my pink.
Yes. You can remove their pink, making them more scared, and place your own. And then you can fuck off.
Pink in there, try.
Yes. Because your bot lane can keep pushing.
Yeah.
If Lulu is allowed to take it, then that's a different issue, you know? It's not your problem. What happened to your smite?
I smited Lulu.
Okay, I mean, he should be topside, so. Yep.
Yeah.
Are you happy getting your recall here cancelled to cover Zoe?
I'm not terribly upset, but it did feel bad that we weren't able to punish the Nunu.
Because if I'm you now, I'm a bit pissed that I have to cancel. Because I can hear recall, because the Nunu just got Herald.
Yeah.
He wants to pop it here or here. I want to be as strong as possible to counter this. I can get Cinderhulk here on base and pinks.
Yep.
Instead I have to fucking cancel because this guy wants to punish. So we know Nunu is topside and we see Zoe is playing aggro. I want to recall. I don't want to have to cover, so you should look at Zoe and ping her. Ping Zoe away. Right? If Zoe is here now, would you go mid?
No.
No. Zoe is here thinking that she can play aggro. Do you think that Zoe is gonna think... do you think that Zoe is thinking, okay, Seth will recall at 10-16, therefore I cannot go aggro? No. Doesn't think about that. He thinks Seth is around, I can fight.
Yeah, just a quick back ping. But it's a coin flip if they listen, but it's still a good habit.
I mean, you should cancel if he walks up. My point is you don't lose anything from pinging.
Yeah.
It's going to increase your chances of winning. Right here, okay. No Raptors up. I have no reason to be here. I can't die bot, recall. Ping mid away. You cannot play aggro now. I need to base. If he gets ganked and you have to stop recall, that's fine. Then it's the same scenario. But it's a lower chance that he'll walk up if you ping.
Yeah.
Because now, for example, let's say you recall now. And then Nunu, right? Nunu spawns Herald. You could have Cinderhulk here. But you don't. Because you didn't get that base off.
Oh.
Mechanics. So this is not going to do anything though, probably. Yep.
Yeah, I get punished. Maybe a kill if I get her in the bubble, but probably not.
Maybe. I just think it's a bit overforced.
Should just take the base timing.
Yeah. I mean, covering her for a dive is what I would do. Like, here I'm thinking Nunu is around, he just spawned Herald. And it is a world where Nunu now tries to fuck her from behind to get the turret. So, I would stand here, and then if that happens, I can counter.
Okay.
Because Zoe has an entire wave in front of her. She cannot help you on this play.
Yeah.
If Zoe is now LeBlanc, this is fine. As you can see, Nunu is around.
Yeah, I mean, I did know.
Manamune on Ezreal. There's still no IE on Aphelios, so that's quite good for you. I think when your bot lane shows that they're not gonna respect what you're doing based on your pathing, and you're playing a champion that needs his teammates to do good, you should not go for wolves now. Like, you can see from your bot lane they're not respecting that you want to do wolves. You know, like,
just go cover, or...
yeah, in pro play here, you can tell your bot lane, hey guys, I want to cover you, but I really want to get my wolves and Grom first, you know? And then, you know, they'll tell you, okay, fine, and they'll go here. In solo queue, you have to adapt a lot. And it's Karma here respecting going for solo vision here, while enemy Syndra is taking turret, and Nunu is around and Lulu is here. She's not respecting. Is Ezreal respecting? No. None of them gives a fuck. So if they die to another gank, you're not gonna win the game. So you gotta ask yourself, is this wolves gonna make me win? No. If my bot lane ints now, that's how I'm gonna lose. Right? If you're playing Karthus now, you shouldn't randomly go bot because they could potentially int. Because Karthus can actually win from getting farm. You're not gonna get these wolves and say, I said, oh, I'm happy now. Yeah, let's go. We win. So when I see this, I'm like, okay, my bot lane is psycho. So I'm gonna have to cover them here. Because Noon is around. Which you again know. But instead, you just hope that they're gonna leave it. That was a real flash, no?
Yeah, we could just skip that.
I was like, how was this instant?
I was like running from base, I saw it hex flash, and then...
Yeah, what was at that moment? What did you think?
I was thinking, God damn it, I'm so losing this game.
Oh look, they don't give a fuck. Nunu is here.
Yeah, I could have been there.
Imagine having flash here.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck. Nunu bot side, hell yeah, let's 2v3.
And a solo queue is for limit testing after all.
I mean, we have psychos like that in EU too. P-Star and Oppo do. They don't care if Nunu is bot side.
So double kill with flash.
Yep. You outplay Nunu though. That's good. Nunu is fucking faker. Panzer fucking dragon. Yeah, now the game is really doomed. The game is really fucking shit now.
Top got soloed too. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean that shouldn't happen, but oh, look, Sven, jungle diff.
Yeah, it is. A slight diffy in the jiffy.
Diffy in the jiffy, fucking NA. Okay. Smurfing.
Only one.
Mercs is really good this game. Syndra, Nunu, Lulu. It's very good. Jack's recalls. It's gonna be interesting to see how lanes set up here. Like Jack should go top, but Zoe is losing her mid wave, so Zoe might just return to bot lane.
Wukong freezing.
Like here, if I'm you, I just got red buff, and we have like map tempo in mid. Like I want to fight, but again, like what does my Zoe want to do here? What items is Zoe on? You know? Does she want a base or what? You don't look at any of these things.
Yeah, definitely not pressing tab very much this game.
Okay. Jax is smurfing it up. What the fuck is he doing?
guess I should have ulted.
Where are we? Sven asks. You take crab, this is fine. Let's see, what is he complaining about? He wants to get escorted, I think. I mean, he just walking like an ape here. Yeah, this is fine. Like, this is perfect. This is what we want. This is good. Yeah, I mean, he's right. Like, if you guys start Drake now, what's the problem about it? Like, if Ezreal now comes here, they get mid push and they take turrets.
Yeah.
So what Sven is doing now is he's trying to get mid push. What's the issue then if you guys are 2 here doing this while he's getting mid push?
We're split.
Yes, and then there are 4 in mid, and he cannot rotate. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to cover him still.
Yeah, I just saw we had bot pushed in, and I thought that was enough.
I mean, Sven is a big part of the team here.
Sure.
You guys don't have numbers. Like, yeah, you have bot pushed in. So what? If the enemy doesn't want to farm, then they don't want to farm. You know? Like, here you should just be telling yourself that, okay, we have bot pushed in.
Just defend Sven and they lose the wave.
Yeah, just defend here. Make sure that Sven can push and rotate. And then we can just take it on next prio. If they are not catching the wave, then they lose a fuck ton. They don't need to go bot right now. He's pushing into them. They need to go bot when this huge wave is here. Make sense?
Or, I'm not sure. What do you mean by it's pushing into them?
So, right now there's like 1 wave here. And there's like 2 waves of yours. Right? It's a normal wave here by enemy. 1 normal wave. And then you have 2 big waves. Right now it's pushing into them. Because you have more minions. Right? You have a lot more. So, them being here now, they don't lose that much. But since this is hard pushing into them, if they don't catch it soon, it's gonna get here, and then they lose a lot. Make sense?
I guess I'm confused because the tower is still up.
No, the tower is gone, no? Oh, is it up? Yeah, it's up. Okay, then it's good, yeah. Yeah, but you don't need to do anything then. You just go and cover Sven. They are losing automatically.
Uh-huh.
Players are allergic to winning. They don't care. Like, they're like, okay, there's 2 waves, but I don't want to farm that because enemy team could potentially fight like this.
Yeah.
Like, you guys caught complete vision control. Like, what you need to understand, and you will learn this more the more you play competitive, that how usually setups go is we get prio once, and then we get vision, then we get prio again, and then we do objective. Like here, now we have prio. We use this now to get vision. Right?
So just pick up the crab and then walk back.
Yep. And then now they try to get the vision back and we fight for it. This is good. This looks like an LCS game right here. This is completely normal. And then now if we do Drake now, we lose mid turret. Because now their wave is too close. But now it's easier to get prio because we have full vision. So now we should get prio again and then we should do Drake. Especially when you are like a supportive champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're fucking Karthus now and you do this, then you can just kill the Nunu.
Yeah.
But you're set, you can't really do much, you need Ezreal to be able to come. Now Sven is confused as fuck, like why are we forcing Drake now? And we're also, again, we are a poke comp. So why do you want to do something instantly? When we can just push and then they can come into us and then so we can poke, Ezreal can poke, Karma can poke.
Yeah, and if we're actually set up, then I tank the snowball and we just one-shot Nunu.
I said we're all split, we're not poking. I think this is really bad by you. So you are checking sides and stuff and seeing what's happening with waves, and that's good. You're writing that Wukong is freezing, that's good. Because not everybody might realize this. So that's good. Now, look mid-wave. Mid-wave is here. I agree, heralding mid is good. But we're not going to herald before the wave comes, right? So while Ezreal is pushing this wave, why are you not going top with Jax? You could fix the freezing issue now, and then either herald top, or go mid with Ezreal's wave. Because look, now you're going mid to wait for Ezreal to push, when you should be spamming Karma. Come with me top. Karma, come top with me. Come top with me. Fix the freeze, go back to mid or herald here.
Yeah, especially with Nunu bot side now, he should never be able to keep it top.
Yep. See? Instead, now Jax has to fight for the freeze. Look at Wukong, fucking psychopath. Look. Wukong on the map here. What the fuck? Look at him. Imagine if Wukong does this and you and Karma are there. That's the thing, people are like blindly following the whole freezing thing. Wukong needs to have vision. He should have a ward here and a ward here. So he can freeze safely.
Doubt that he does.
Yeah, this motherfucker does not. The issue with freezing is that if he dies now, he loses a lot. Because he's holding like 2 waves, and then his turret will fall.
And Herald is even better punished.
Instead, look, you're taking Raptors. Again, this is not going to win you the game. You do Raptors as like a time filler, when you have nothing to actually do. You had something to do here. Your time filler here was to fix the top freeze. Look where the mid wave is now. Now it's coming here. You and Karma could be done with top now and rotate back to mid. Nunu is oinking around bot side. What are you doing, old man boomer Panther Dragon? Nunu should not be allowed to enter now. This is good by you and Zoe. Nunu shouldn't ever be able to come back to this mid lane. Very bad by Nunu to go bot side. Oof, so late flash, man.
Yeah, I thought I would just be able to stun on the minions, but Lulu ult fucked me up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you should just flash earlier.
Yeah, and then I can double stun on Lulu and probably get 2 kills.
Yep, like I'm thinking here. Here you should have just flashed. You pull them into each other and boom, bam, pam.
And
Fucking
ult.
insect the fucker back into team. And now Noon is allowed to come. Disaster, disaster, absolute disaster. Fuck, and Jax somehow died. How the fuck did he die? He died top lane, the fucker.
Top laners, man.
Yeah, but I mean, if you and Karma went there, yeah, because he didn't even want to be top. He said, "Let me bot." He wanted to go bot. If you fix the freeze, it would be fine. He would be bot now. Fucking top laners. Holy shit, he's faker on Nunu. That's a hard wall to do.
He is somewhat of a connoisseur.
Ezreal resets, you reset. This is nice. You get Bramble Vest. Not quite sure why. Why do you get Bramble Vest?
I think it's pretty good versus Aphelios and Wukong, and I already have enough MR, but you think Deadman's is better?
I think the issue about Deadman's is that it's a little bit late in the game. You know? Like you're gonna get it so fucking late. I like Bramble Vest as like item when you're behind, like you are. I just don't think that they have that much healing. So.
Yeah, I've been liking Thornmail recently, just as even if they don't have insane healing, just auto attack reliant champs struggle versus Thornmail.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you run at Lulu, you're not gonna do anything anyways. So I think it's fine. Okay, let's see if we set it up properly this time. It's even more important to poke now, because now your poke champs actually deal damage. Nope, we're gonna psycho engage. You're gonna instantly engage. You're fucking crazy.
Pretty troll.
You're fucking crazy. You just refuse to win.
Mm.
You don't have to do this. Legit, look at Zoe. Look, Ezreal.
Roll
Pew,
out.
pew, pew. Nobody can do shit. Look. Look, Zoe. Brrr. You know?
Mhm.
Look, Nunes can't do shit, but you choose to fight. You're not playing Camille Carfus. You're not playing Jarvan Oriana. Your job this game is Wukong goes in, you ult him away. If you can ult Aphelios into the team, you go for it.
Yeah.
You know? You keep them away from your poke. Let them keep poking. Keep poking, keep poking.
Yeah.
Buy Jack's time in side lane. Look.
I think
You're
ulting
jacked.
Nunu is probably the worst thing I could have done, actually.
Yep. But it's not just that. Like, the fact that you want to fight. The enemies haven't even gotten on your team yet.
Hmm.
You saw this and you thought this was good to fight. If Aphelios is here, yeah, you're fucking smurfing. He's here. They are not making a mistake, yet you're playing as if they are. Playing tanks and engagers is all about seeing like opening. What opening are you looking for? If Aphelios goes here, he is griefing. So yes, then you should go in. Right? If Aphelios gets into your team and he doesn't die, that's a different problem. You know?
Yeah.
But you have a poke comp. Your poke comp, they don't have that much hard engage, and the guy who has hard engage, which is Wukong, is not even here yet. And you're going in. You should only try to ult people away. Like, Nuna's already half HP. You just have to keep poking. And the more you wait, the more time Jax has in side lane. Wukong also had a free TP window here. Look, Wukong now pushed out his lane. Watch. There, Wukong pushed out lane. So if Wukong pushes out his lane now, why are we trying to fight? He has a free move.
Yeah, Jax even pings it.
If Jax has cleared it now and Jax is smacking the turret, of course you wouldn't expect Wukong. Oh, hey, look at Sven. He's so
Yeah,
smart.
he's pissed.
Look, so smart he is. Look. Fucking Einstein, look. But what the fuck? Just poke. I love Sven. Can't play. I mean, he's right.
He is, right?
Just like I said, Zoe, Ezreal, Karma. It's poke. It's poke team. If the enemy has the poke, yeah, we need to fucking engage. Or we're all dead. We cannot do anything. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, here the vote is over. But I mean, the important things, like you said, it was only needed
Yeah.
turning off the...
We pet her on for a while and eventually lose, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, later on in the game, it's still gonna be the same thing. You're a poke comp, you should poke.
Hmm.
You just need to understand how to respond to certain things. You know, you want a hard engage versus split push. You want a hard engage versus poke. You know, then it also depends like what kind of disengage do they have, like what threat is it when you're hard engaging. And then like when they have engage and you have poke, you want to work more as like a disengage. Because if all targets are 100% HP on enemy team and your team, and you dive their backline and they dive your backline, you will dive first. They have more backline DPS.
Yeah.
So they have more backline DPS, you don't want to dive in. Unless you can for sure kill them. So just let them
Stand in
poke.
front of the boys.
Yep. So I'm gonna stop the recording there, and then